Hello and welcome to everyone. I am Brian Smith, publisher of All Hurricanes, and today I want to break down a little bit of film of Kevin Riley from Tuscaloosa County, just outside of Tuscaloosa, Alabama. And Miami is going after this running back because he's a do-it-all around, catch the ball, run the ball between the tackles, run away from guys kind of player. He's a modern running back, but he has the power that one would think of from running back from like the 1980s or 1990s, dotting the I and being 7 to 8 yards deep in the I formation and running toss, sweep, counter, and power. So if we really look at what he can do, this is a young man that can be in any situation. Know before I put the film on the screen, this is a 3-down running back. Catch, block, run between the tackles, run outside. He could even probably line up in the slot a little bit as he continues to develop his game. He could be a threat in many, many different ways. I really like Kevin Riley. So with that being said, I don't know why Miami would waste their time going up there. Just full disclosure, you're not going to just recruit a kid in Nick Saban's backyard unless you have sincere interest at this point. They're trying to get him on campus for an official visit. He is a primary target, and I do expect him to eventually come up and see the Canes. I think it'll be interesting when he does visit because Miami, I mean, for a comparison, like he's a Frank Gore kind of running back. I'm not saying he's going to have the same career that Gore did, but this is a young man that has the speed and overall athleticism to make it happen in many, many different ways. So I'm going to let the film run here. Can they get him on campus and get a commitment? Sure. Why not? He's a good enough player to do it. And he's also a good enough player to make it happen right away, in my opinion, because this is a kid that has the size. He's roughly 200 pounds, 5'11", 6 foot, somewhere in there. And the thing you're going to hear me say probably 4 or 5 more times is burst after contact, whether it's right at the line of scrimmage, at the second level with the linebackers, or whenever he hits somebody like right there. He hits the gas again really well. I don't know what his top end speed is. Riley, however, does a great job with that first step after he gets hit. And that's as important an attribute as you can have. That's a great catch right there. That's an important as an attribute as you can have, because if you're truly going to consistently hit big plays, you need the ability to find creases, get through that one guy, because you're not going to block everybody, obviously, because the quarterback's not blocking, and get back on track at top speed as fast as you can. Riley right there got hit, kept his balance, and he's running through it. That's a natural running back. Now, let's talk a little bit about Miami from a depth chart perspective. Henry Parrish is probably going to be the primary running back. They just got AJ to transfer over from the University of Nebraska. They've got some, Mark Fletcher's coming in. They got Chris coming in from Dillard High School. They've got some talent. This kid is a balance of a lot of those kids. And he's, like I said, an all-around, every down back. I think you can use him in about any situation. So Miami would be blessed, as would any other institution, to get him. Right there's great vision. That's a natural runner. Miami would be fortunate to get him because while there's nothing wrong with like Chris taking a screen, as a freshman, he's probably not going to run the ball a lot between the tackles, but his speed's insane. He ran 10.45 when he was at Dillard. So if you can hit the crease and score, that's great. But like right there, that's an example of a play. Look at all the guys that he finds a way to get away from. Yeah, great play by Kevin. This play right here coming up is my favorite on the entire film. Watch this and just enjoy it. Boom. If you're going to play major college football, at some point you've just got to lower your shoulder and hammer somebody. And that play right there was again, reminiscent of Frank Gore, like that style. Sometimes Frank knew, hey, man, it's 3 yards and a cloud of dust. Let's maximize and at least get those 3 yards. Sometimes you got to do that. And at that play, like just a second ago, Riley did it 10 yards down the field and got some extra yards. Sometimes you're just not going to take it to the house, and you got to come to that conclusion rather quickly. Follows his block here, makes one guy eat it, and gains more yardage. Just over and over again. This is what I like about him. Good vision, finds what he wants, makes a cutback, breaks off some tackles, and powers his way to the end zone. The vision of, by the way, the film here is really good, having the end zone cam. the vision the kid has is a natural thing. I don't know how many running backs in the 24 class have better vision than Kevin Riley does, but he's certainly got to be up towards the upper echelon at the very least, like in the 90 percentile. He hits the hole hard. He does the little things. And then like right there, does a nice job of acting like he's going to block. And then he just does everything that he needs to do to get the ball in the end zone. Another broken tackle, immediately hits the gas. See what I mean? Like the tackle thing is just, it's as good as it gets. Breaking the tackle and hitting the gas. Riley here with the block. He's just a football player. He could probably play some slot nickel, be a weak side linebacker or something in situations if you wanted to do that. But anyway, to put it mildly, this is a player that I really, really like. And I think that Miami, like many other schools, again, they're not going to waste their time. A lot of people like me, even originally when I saw where Kevin was from about a year and a half ago, I'm like, he'll probably just go to Alabama. But now that we're to the point where it's almost June and he hasn't committed to the Tide, either they're not going after him for whatever reason. They got 2 elite backs in the last class, or he just doesn't want to go there, or a combination of both, because most likely a kid from right down the street is going to go to the University of Alabama. I get it. But all these different schools are trying to get Kevin on campus, so there's at least a chance. And I do know that Miami really, really likes this young man. So keep that in mind. Check us out at All Hurricanes right here on the screen. Got a lot of different stuff about recruiting. Right now, that's in all the way through the month of June. Recruiting is going to be huge. Going to do a lot of film breakdowns, going to discuss a lot of different prospects that Miami's going after. Going to be doing a lot of D-line prospect stuff because that's probably their number one position. Mario Cristobal and his staff have done a good job of lining up a lot of them. Now let's talk about them. So I'm going to be doing numerous breakdowns here on YouTube, dropping them in and publishing them on All Hurricanes. Check us out, and please have a great day. Come back and see us as soon as you can. Thank you very much.